What's up, guys? My name is Rob, and this is Rob on the Run podcast, a running podcast for all healthy lifestyles. And today we have Jay. Jay, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course, man. No worries. And Jay is a big time runner. I like to call him. He has over 15,000 followers on Instagram, which with all due respect, I that caught me off guard, man. I've known you for a little bit from the Freaks.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
to me, I've always thought you were a little of a quiet kind of guy, but apparently he has a lot more since he's got so many followers. How did that happen, man?
Man, honestly, it kind of just happened overnight. I mean, honestly, just posting, daily runs and posting, motivational content
Yeah.
to get people out and be active. And actually, I know where this started. I was actually in Denver and
Okay.
I looked down at my phone and I'm like, why do I have all these notifications? And I'm like, oh, okay. And yeah, it just started to grow from there. So I just stayed with the same, motivational content, posting runs, getting people to stay active, be active, and help people with their lifestyle. So kind of just went on from there.
That's awesome, man. And yeah, looking at your I'm stalking you while we're talking. And it's crazy. I love your videos. I love how you make them. I absolutely love the one where you're at a track and you're levitating, bro. That's
Yeah.
awesome, man. That's awesome. But
I
it
had
it
to, I had to utilize some AI. AI is, it is funny because I put in the caption, not AI,
yeah.
you know, to combat that. But yeah, it's just fun. It's good fun.
No, I love your videos. I love your logo, man. I really do. How did that come from? Like what motivated you to do it that style or whatnot?
Actually, I just got that logo maybe like a year and a half ago,
Okay.
and um, a good friend of mine named Jonathan was just like, "Man, you got to monetize. You got to put a logo, do this, do this." And my friend Jonathan, he's a public speaker, so he's
Okay.
all about front facing people and getting
Yeah.
out there and being active and
Presentation's key, huh?
absolutely. And he was like, "Man, just think of a logo." And honestly, I just was throwing out some ideas
Yeah.
and into a few different apps, and I was like, man, this looks good, and I
Yeah.
just picked one, and I've been running with it ever since.
No, I love it, man. I love it. It definitely feels very sporty and
Yeah.
run like it has that run vibe as well. So that's awesome, man. But do you remember that video that got you in the map, I guess, so to speak?
Um, Honestly, no, man. I mean, I've just been putting out so much content. I mean, this ain't, yeah, of course, this ain't my regular day job,
Yeah.
right? But I want to put out like content that represents like healthy living. Mental health is a huge thing.
Hmm.
Just being active and, honestly, man, just running has changed my life. And I know if it changed my life, it can change other people's lives too.
Yeah.
So I just stayed with that whole motion of just like, hey, let's just continue this wave,
Yeah.
and let's continue to just keep pushing positivity. Because
Yeah.
in today's world, there's so much negative stuff out there, uh,
Amen. Amen to that for sure, for sure.
and I don't. We're faced with difficult decisions, faced with difficult, news and all that all the time. So
Yeah.
I was just like, you know what, I'm going to ride this positivity wave, and
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep running as my outlet to do it. So
And
kind of just
and
look.
And yeah, I 100% agree, man. I started my Instagram just for my own personal use. I wanted to have something to look back, because I wouldn't say I was overweight, but definitely I wasn't in the ideal weight that I should have been at the start when I started running. But I wanted to do something to where I can go back and kind of hold myself accountable. You know what I mean? Never thought that I would, one, have a podcast, two, have some sort of following or anybody be interested in me posting my runs or anything like that. So it was interesting for me when it started. I don't have a following like you, of course, but it's a really nice tight following that I have, people that are like-minded. And um, I just felt like if one person responds to it in a positive way, I get them to change their lifestyle because maybe they were like me, very, very lazy, not wanting to do anything, and then change your lifestyle to something more positive. Then I guess my Instagram has helped somebody except other than myself, right? And so,
Absolutely.
yeah, I 100% agree with what you're doing, and it's amazing. And talking about running, man, when did you decide? When did you pick up running, and why? I guess what motivated you to do that?
Well, 2017,
Hmm.
is when I really started getting into running.
Yeah.
It was more of a health scare. I was battling depression,
Okay.
anxiety. I was overweight. I was like 300 pounds around this time.
Yeah.
And, you know, I would always work out, but like I would work out and then go eat Jack in the Box or work out and go get,
Yeah.
you know, like some fried shrimp, fried rice or something, you know, just go out and hey, I worked out for 3 hours. I can go eat whatever I want. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And at this point in time, I just got out the military. I was working for the city, and the doctor, I went to go see the doctor, you know, yearly checkups or
Yeah.
whatever. And dude was just like, man, you're not going to live to see 45.
Oh wow.
And he was like, you're pre-diabetic, you have high cholesterol, you have, you know, just all types of stuff wrong, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, man, I got to change this. Like, I'm trying to live
Yeah.
beyond 45. You know, that's
Yeah.
the prime. You know, that's when I should be, you know, just living.
Yeah.
And so that was the determining factor. You know, like I'm like, man, I got to change myself. And prior to all that, I was in the military, and
Yeah.
so running was a thing, right? Like we had to run 5 miles almost every day.
Okay.
But when I got out, I was like, the hell with running. I don't have somebody to tell me I got to go run 5 miles anymore. Like,
Yeah.
screw this.
Yeah.
I'm just going to hit the weights.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it was 2017. I was like, you know, when I went into the military, I was a fairly hefty guy.
Hmm.
When I got out, I was fairly skinny, you know, that whole boot camp AIT
Hmm.
stuff. So like
Hmm.
that clicked. I was like, I got to start running again.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just that health scare, man, that got me motivated. And the way I did it was is I went from you know, signing up for my first 5K, just local 5K.
Yeah.
And there was a lady named Julie that I worked with,
Hmm.
huge runner. She's like 60 years old, running marathons every month. I'm like, man, I'm 30 something and you running circles around me. Like, I need to get with you and understand how you think and, you know, get some motivation from you and
Yeah.
whatnot. And I remember my first big race was the toughest 10K, Kingdom.
Okay. Kima. Yeah.
Yeah, the Bridge Series.
Hmm.
And I just started working from there. And I was like, all right, I'm going to do this 10K series and I'm going to do this half. And then it just exploded from there. And it's just
Yeah.
something that I love with.
It's crazy, right? It's crazy once you get that bug, it just it's a downward spiral, like a good positive one, but it's just
Right.
crazy. I still remember me starting just like you, 5K, and
Yep.
then I said, you know what, I could do a 5K. I'm gonna try to improve the time, so I did. And then I said, well, if I could do a 5K, why can I not do a 10K? So signed up
Yep.
for a 10K just like you. And then that little by little, I did tell myself, and I still remember because I would tell myself, marathons, no, I can't do that. Like that's just ridiculous. That's way
I
too
was the
much
same
on my
way.
legs, you know?
I was the same way. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop at this half marathon and just be done. And it's cool. You know, I get me a few halves and I'll be done.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, another thing that kind of helped me stay motivated. I remember
Hmm.
my very first mile when this
Yeah.
happened, and my mile was a 16:48.
Okay.
I'm like, "Dude, there's people power walking faster than this in the mall right now. Like, this is shameful. I have to do better." And so like
Yeah.
that number is in the back of my head. Like I just
Yeah.
have it in my head, like 16:48. That was my first mile.
Yeah.
And now I just use that as like some motivation, you know, when I feel down on like times or
Hmm.
like I need an extra you know, motivator when I'm
Yeah.
training for a race. It's like, man, 16:48 is right there in my head. Like that was my mile time.
Then that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Regardless, you were doing something, which is better than sitting in the couch and not doing anything and having no time, right? And then what's your mile? There's zero, you know. But it's still kind of cool motivation because that's kind of honestly it was kind of like what I was doing when my fiance, well, my girlfriend at the time, now fiance, asked me, you know, you want to join me on a 5K? I was like, sure, why not? And I did
Mhm.
have friends that were runners, and of course, I would always ask, like, what is a decent time for a 5K? Like for somebody that's, doing it for the first time, what would be a decent time? And a good friend of mine said 30 minutes. So that was
Yeah,
that was my time to beat. Like I said, I'm gonna do better than 30 minutes. And I
yeah,
remember crossing that the finish line and looking at my Apple Watch, and it was like 29.4 something. Like it was really close to 30. And I was so excited. And then
yeah,
the second excitement is getting a medal, not knowing that everybody got a medal. So I'm still
yeah,
thinking only first, second, and third get medals, right? And when they gave me a medal, I'm like, wait, everybody gets a medal. So yeah, it and like it's a downward spiral. Now, fast forward for me, what is it, like 6, 7 years more or less since I started running? I just finished my first ultra, my 50K, and I'm already thinking doing December the 100K. So obviously,
nice.
I'm still at it, seeing how much I can put this body to hurt.
Yeah, man. I did my second 50K this year, actually,
Nice.
Wildflower 50K.
Okay.
Um, I don't recommend anybody doing what I did because I did not train. I raw dogged that race.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, I didn't train. I didn't do any long miles. I mean, I was still active, right? Like
Yeah.
still put 3 or 4 miles here and there.
Yeah.
But went out there and PR'd my 50K for like over an hour, which is surprising the heck
Wow.
out of me. But I'm in way better shape than I was, 2 years ago when I did that first 50K. But it's different, man. The 50K, 100K distances is different, because
Yeah.
you're not pounding your body on concrete, right?
Yeah. Yeah. For
And you
sure.
got different paces and stuff. So
For
it's a
sure.
total different race.
Yeah, no, and I've had that bug for a while with the ultras. I've even in this podcast, someone told me once, he's like, Rob, I've noticed that, you know, 80% of your guests are ultra runners. And I'm like, well, maybe I'm low key trying to, motivate myself to come in and to the dark side, I guess, as they call it, and learn or run a race and see if I'm able to do it. But yeah, you are 100% right. When I did this race, I did Habanero, which is already a
Oh,
crazy race. It's so hot.
so
Not as hot
hot.
as last year, I'll tell you that, which I was a little disappointed because I wanted the heat. I didn't
You
want
want
to
the
have no
experience.
excuses. And but it was such a great experience. It's definitely, although it was hot, not running on the pavement for that long is makes a big difference. And
Absolutely.
and the views, the sunset views were amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I had to stop and just soak in the moment because it was such a beautiful not sunrise but sunset. Sorry,
Yeah.
but it was amazing, dude. It was so cool. But right now that you were saying that you didn't train for your 50K, you remind me of a good friend of mine. I've had him in the podcast. His name is Paul Lloyd. He runs marathons and he does these 3 hour, 10-minute marathons, dude. And
Oh, wow.
never runs more than 3 miles. He runs every day 3 miles, 3 miles. That's all he
Really?
does. That's all he does. Yeah, he has his occasional days that he'll go join a run
Yeah.
group and does 10 miles, maybe 14 miles. But if he's running a marathon, he just consistently runs 3 miles. And even after his marathon, next day back to 3 miles. And
Wow.
3 hours, I think his best time is around 3 hours and 10 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. So
That's
that's what
impressive.
popped in my head, man, when you were talking about that. That's that you PR'd and you didn't train too much. That you might be the Paul Lloyd of track of I mean of ultras, man.
Yeah, I've only done two ultras. I'm thinking about that same 100K that you're doing in December. I know I got a few friends doing that
Okay.
one, and I'm thinking about pacing that one. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for that 100K mark yet. 50K, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to be feeling real froggy to jump on that one.
Well, I'm
That's a
trying to go step by step. I did the 50K, I'll do the 100K, then hopefully everything works out. I can jump into the 100 miler. That way I can try
miles.
to qualify for Leadville 100. So that's my goal. I want to do Leadville. I might want to do Western States, you know,
Okay.
um, maybe Badwater, but that one's a beast of a race, man. It's ridiculous how hot it can get at the
Yeah.
starting line. So we got to take it a little bit at a time. But let's see how this
Have
100K
to wait a
works
little
out.
bit at a time.
Yeah, a good friend of mine told me, "Hey, why are you doing 50K? Just go straight to the 100." I'm like, no, I
That's
think baby steps sounds better."
yeah. You can prepare yourself a little bit better, you know. I mean, how prepared can you be for 100K, right? You
Yeah,
know, or even 100 mile, right? You can
yeah,
only be so much prepared, and it depends on race day,
yeah,
weather, location. I mean, all of
yeah,
that stuff is a determining factor. When you're talking about races and how you
yeah.
perform, there is a science to it,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
it just depends on where you're at in the world.
Yeah, no, no, for sure. But I think me using it that way sounds a little bit better just because um it makes sense. I felt really good at my 50K. Now I know that 100K is feasible, you know.
Yeah,
But like you said, it just depends on your training, it depends on your mindset, it depends on race day, where you at, how's your body, every there's so many aspects when it comes to race day. So, but at least I know that I have the base to maybe be able to do it, so
absolutely.
hopefully I'm able to do the 100K. Um, I heard that this one in Brazos is really cool because it's 16-mile loops, which
Hmm.
for me is better, man. Because the one thing I will tell you, Jay, that really messed me up at Habanero, it wasn't even the heat, it was the loops because it's only a 6-mile loop and
Yeah,
I had to do 5 of those. And with my ADHD, by the third loop, I'm like, I'm done with this. Like,
yeah.
I'm not even tired. I'm not even like hurting. I'm just tired of seeing the same old thing
Same old stuff
over.
over and over
Yeah.
again.
I was even thinking maybe I can go with the opposite way and just do one loop
Yeah,
one way and one loop the other. But I was like, I don't want to get uh
yeah.
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 But yeah,
No,
dude.
I get you, man. That's the same way how I feel about Memorial Park. I know you've ran at Memorial Park,
Yeah.
and doing 2 loops is my max.
Hmm.
After 2 loops, I got to go outside the park because
Yeah.
I cannot just stand running in circles and circles and
No.
circles.
No, it,
Uh,
it it's hard, man. It's definitely hard. Usually, when I do those long runs at Memorial, when I set up myself with a long run, I will start at Memorial. I'll
yeah,
go like all the way to the Buffalo Bayou, and then
yeah,
come back and then finish the loop right to get the what X amount of miles that I'm looking for. But yeah, I think 2 loops are the most, and that's because I'm
that's
doing
max.
one way and then the opposite way, just to
Yeah,
change it up. But
yeah.
dude, so how many marathons have you actually done?
I've done about right at a dozen. So Chicago, I'm actually training for Chicago now.
Nice.
So that would be number 12.
Nice.
I've done a marathon in Colorado, which was eye opener elevation, and I've done Chevron several times. So, yeah, I got a few. And then I just got those 250Ks. And then, man, honestly, I've lost track of 5Ks and 10Ks and, relays and
Yeah.
TIR, Texas Independence Relays, Zilker Relays. I've done so many of those. Those are just fun, during your training cycle.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And did you do TR? Oh yeah, you did do TR this year, right? Or not? Was it this? Yeah, this year. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, it
How
was
many?
year five.
Go ahead. No, sorry.
Yeah, it was year five for me.
Dang.
Five. Yeah, five in a
Nice.
row.
Nice, nice, nice. And what makes you want to go back out there and do it again?
It's just the experience, man. Like every year that I've gone out there, I've
Hmm.
tried to put different legs. And
Yeah.
so the team that I usually go with, my friend Lou, we've been doing it for 5 years straight, and we've always had like other teammates. So me and Lou are
Okay.
trying to go and just continue to keep going at it, right? But it's just fun, man. It's not even about pace. It's not about trying to finish first or anything
Yeah.
like that. It's just a nice little overnight. You get to hang out with your running friends. It's a
Yeah.
nice vibe. Sometimes you get lucky with weather, but it's just a fun vibe, man. And
Yeah.
and just doing it with people that you normally run with, and it's like an overnight adult camping trip.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah, for sure. I've done it twice. I took a break in between. The first time I did it was with a local group of friends that we have here in LaPorte and Pasadena area.
Mhm.
It wasn't the best experience. We had 2 vans, and I switched my legs with my fiance because at that time she was kind of coming back from an injury, so she actually had the most mileage out of everybody because we were all very, very rookies when it comes to this. So instead of looking at your stronger runners and say, you know what, because you are the strongest one, you should get this, this, and this. And if you are more of our slow runner, I think you should do this, this, and this. They just did it like by a draw, the luck of
Yeah.
the draw. And she ended up getting a lot more miles. And I said, you know what, just take mine. I
Yep.
kind of have in the between lower middle of distance, and I ended up being because of that. I ended up putting myself in the bad van, is what we called it, because man, that van, the people that were there, there was this one dude. It wasn't even everybody in the van, dude. It was just one dude and his girlfriend, and this dude had the most negative attitude,
Yeah.
negative attitude, and of course that really will mess up everything for everyone, you know.
Throws off the whole
Yeah.
van.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, because that first time, we were so inexperienced. We were not running at. We were way behind to the point when we got to one of the later checkpoints, there was nobody there.
Oh
And then
wow.
we realized, you know what? I think we didn't miss. We missed the cutoff. I think we were not gonna make it. And so we said, you know what? We don't care if we get no medal. That's fine. But let's try to drive to where there is a cutoff and just finish the race. That's all we care. And so this
Absolutely.
dude decides to run his leg, knowingly that we needed to catch up. And he ran that leg, and then he said, "You know what? I feel great. I'm just gonna run the next one." I'm like, "Dude, no. We need to stop and reassess this situation." You know,
Yes.
and that caused a lot of problems. So that just was a bad experience for me. My fiance had a great time, of course, because she was in the good van with
Yeah, yeah.
the good positive spirits over there. So I kind of took a break. I was like, I don't know if I want to do it because I really don't want to have to deal with a bad experience again. So luckily, Eula and Olivia invited me to theirs.
Awesome people.
Awesome, amazing girls, man. But I was
Awesome.
afraid, bro, because it was 8 people. There was gonna be only 8 people in this damn van, and I'm like, so going from 12 to
Yeah.
8, they're like, yeah, we're gonna have to do at least 4, and some will do 5 legs. And I'm like, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it. I'm like, it's not what I expected, but I said, screw it. What's the worst thing that could happen? I got to see what I can do. But man, it was the best experience, bro. It was amazing. I ended up running 5 legs, and I even told my fiance afterwards, like, damn, dude, like I did not expect this, and that pumped me up so much, man, to know that I actually had it in me, you know?
And what's crazy is what you mentioned is it's all about who you're running with,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah,
the van, you can have a really, really, really fun van, or you
yeah,
can have a really, really like, man, what the hell am I doing here van?
yeah, yeah,
And I've been lucky to have all 5 years just be a great experience.
yeah,
As far as people in the van and how we did things and
yeah.
how we coordinate the legs and whatnot. There was one year where we we got hail, we got wind, we got heat all in that one
Oh
weekend.
wow.
And this is when they finished in Brenham. So
Okay.
I don't know where, they used to finish at Bluebell Ice Cream Factory.
Yeah. And they also used to finish by the San Jacinto Monument.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Before that whole battleship stuff went
Hmm.
away and all that. So
Yeah.
uh, the year that it was at Bluebell, we ended up getting hail. We ended up getting rain. It was a fun weather event, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's all about who you run with, man, on TIR. So I'm
Yeah.
actually looking forward to it next year, and so year 6, and we're gonna do it again.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to do it. I think we're gonna keep the group and add a couple more people. I think we're gonna do a 12 this year just because it was fun, but it was also very it was a lot. It was a lot to
Yeah,
say the least,
a
and
lot of miles.
a lot of miles. Yeah, but
That's
it's
sweet.
I told him I don't care as long as we keep the core group and get some more positive people. I don't care. It will work out fine. But hopefully they'll invite me again, and I'll do it again with them. It was a super fun. I think for me and my experience, I never felt down. I never felt tired. Of course, after we finish, of course, that's different. You're already finally feeling
Yeah,
the after effects, but I never felt like there was like anybody in a bad mood.
yeah.
Everybody was great. Everybody was very positive. Everybody was cheering and whatnot, and I love that. I love that, and I did it, of course, with the freaks. Did you have you done them all with the freaks, or has it been one?
Yeah, most of the years it's been with freaks. There's been, I think, 2 years that wasn't this year,
Okay.
and I think the second year. But you're right on like the vibe there. It's like there's over 200 teams,
Yeah.
and you don't see anybody that is like down and out in a negative manner. Like everybody is energetic,
Yeah.
everybody's in a positive mood, and
Yeah.
so that's one thing that I like. And it's like it doesn't matter if it's your first time or your 10th time,
Yeah.
or you run a 10-minute mile or you run a 5-minute mile. It's
Yeah.
just the whole vibe there on that whole weekend is amazing.
Yeah. And I love it because the I guess the what do you call them? The I wouldn't say pros, but the elites, I guess,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
start really late.
yeah,
Somewhere along the line, they catch up to you,
yeah,
and they pass you, but they cheer you on. Like I remember was running maybe like my good 9 minute pace, and I was feeling great. I was like, oh, I'm looking good over here, I'm looking great. And then I feel somebody pass by like zooming, dude, like zooming, and the guy just turns around. I was like, you're doing amazing, dude. Keep on the good work, and that, dude, just having them pass by and at least acknowledge you. You might be
yeah.
struggling, you might be cussing yourself out saying, why the hell am I doing this? And then you get that little boost of confidence from an elite runner. And that's why I liked it this year because I saw that happen to me a couple times, but never I felt like people were being disrespectful or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I thought we were going to get in trouble because I got one of the legs, which was like at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Mhm.
And I'm not gonna lie, man, some of those towns that we pass by, they're
A
creepy.
little sketch.
And
You're like, hold on, wait, what am I doing here? Like, why am I down this street right now? I need to get up
yeah,
out of here.
yeah. So I got my phone out and I said, man, I need to start concentrating on something else than these damn shady streets that I'm passing by. And so I started jamming out to music and I was singing like it was like 12 midday. And then once I finished the race, I started looking at the rule book. And that's the one thing they say: be respectful to people that are sleeping because people are in their houses. And I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, good thing no one said anything, man. But I needed that, man, because man, I don't know what was that town that I passed by, but it was it was like if you came out in a scary movie, bro, and you're walking in the middle of the street.
Yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre houses out there.
Oh yeah, yeah, dude, yeah. Like this is where my life ends, kind of
So
situation.
it doesn't make it any better when it's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, right?
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
see that one little light, like it's a little street light above the house. It's like, this is
yeah.
very odd. This is the only house that's out there. Is there somebody in there? Because I don't
Yeah.
see happening over there.
Yeah, and what another crazy thing that happened to me this year is that I was in this road. I think it was a farm road. There was no houses around. It was probably around maybe 12-ish, 1 o'clock. And I see this guy in a bike with no lights, bro. He's coming in front of me. Like we're like I bumped into him basically, and I'm thinking, damn, dude, like I know there's nobody here, but you got to have yourself a light, homie.
Yeah.
You're scaring the crap out of me. I'm like, what do I have? I started checking. What do I have to like defend myself? I'm like, man, all I got is a damn gel, man. There's nothing gonna do with that.
You can run a little bit faster. You see your pace on Strava go from whatever you're at to like a 550 pace. You're like, yeah, that's where I got chased
Yeah,
by this.
yeah, yeah. And it's crazy, but it's fun. Um, I think that's one thing for me that I really love. That I'm not a very big time night runner.
Yeah.
And so that really got me more confident that I can do it and I can do these things. So TR is always a fun race, which hopefully I can add more races like that in the next couple of years. But Jay, what other now that we're talking about relays, what other relays have you done?
I've done Zilker relays. That's actually
Hmm.
coming up.
Yeah.
Relays is always fun.
Hmm.
It's not long miles, 2.5
No.
miles.
Yeah.
And what I like about Zilker is, Houston is only 2.5 hours, right? So there's a
Hmm.
lot of Houston runners that come to
Yeah.
Zilker.
Yeah.
And I know Freaks has had the biggest run group there the
Yeah.
last couple of years. And so we're going to try and continue to make it the biggest run group out there at Zilker.
Yeah.
And then it's just Austin, right? You go to Austin, it's just a whole different vibe, whole different type of energy.
Yeah.
And so Zilker relays is the other one. So there isn't many relays that I've done outside of those two.
Yeah.
There is one on my radar though that I want to do, and I want to get a team together, and
Okay.
that's it's still hosted by TIR.
Okay.
It's Red River Relay. So
Oh, I've heard of that one. Yeah.
you go from Oklahoma down to Dallas, right on the
Hmm.
Red River, and that's hosted by TIR too, or
Yeah.
the race directors that host
Yeah.
that. But that's one that I want to do, man. I got family in Dallas, and so
Nice.
I know some people in Oklahoma, and that would just be like a different experience, right?
Yeah.
And supposedly around that time of year, the weather up there is a lot better than 95, 100% that we get down here.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one that I'm looking forward to, that I want to get a team for. But outside of that, man, it's just been those two, just local.
Man, sign me up, bro. If you need one to run, or I'm down. I'm down to do that one. Do you know when it's gonna happen, or when will it happen?
I think it's in May,
Okay.
April or May, right around. I think it's after TIR actually, because
Okay.
they have so many different races like those relays. I know they got one in Corpus. I
Yeah.
think you run from like Corpus to San Antonio or vice versa or something like that. But
Yeah.
they have it all over the nation, and that's one that I seen was definitely Oklahoma to
I
Dallas. I
think they
think that'd
won.
be
They have one that is also at Bluebell. I think it's a 24-hour race. I don't remember from where to where, but they end at the Bluebell place as well. And I think they used to have another one that was from Austin to Corpus. I think I'm not even sure if that they're the same ones, but
that one right there might even be fun. Starting in
yeah,
Austin and ending at the beach
hell yeah.
or Corpus, wherever that finish line is. I'm pretty sure it has to be on the beach, right?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
yeah, I think
Corpus
it
Christi
is.
has to be on the beach.
Yeah, yeah. Almost 100% sure that it ends in the beach, but yeah, that the Red River one, I had heard of it, and I think that would be a cool race to do, just
Yeah,
to cross two states. Literally, you're crossing two states, you know.
yep, absolutely.
You can if you're doing the 50 state challenge right there, you can take one off real quick, you know.
Knock off two right there.
Nice, nice. But no, dude, that's awesome. And tell us a little bit about you being an ambassador for Chevron. How did that start? Because this is your third year, right?
My third year was actually last year.
Okay.
Uh, so the ambassadorship, honestly, I just applied, man. I applied when I used to work for Fleet Feet, so I would work for Fleet Feet.
Nice.
This is why, the shoe thing, you mentioned
Okay.
I'm all
Okay.
about the shoes and different outlets and
Yeah.
different brands. But it was just something that I applied for. I seen it on their website when I was signing up for the race,
Yeah.
and I was like, yeah, I mean, this is my first marathon. I mean, Chevron was my first marathon that I've ever ran.
Yeah.
Houston is home. Let me go
Yeah.
represent for the Houston community. So I signed up, ended up getting it, and just took off running from there. So yeah, last year was my third year. So if you're aware, Chevron only allows you to do your ambassadorship for 3 years.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be consecutive. So like you
Okay.
can do one every other year.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I was just like, I'm gonna do knock it out, boom, 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 repeat.
Might as well.
Might as well, right?
Yeah.
The energy is flowing. So, but the ambassadorship is pretty cool. We go around the city, get people involved,
Yeah.
tell people about the race, get people to sign up, and it's bittersweet, right? Because Houston sells out. I mean, we don't have to do much, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Houston is gonna sell out. We don't have to go to like different run clubs and be like, "Hey, sign up for Chevron," right?
Yeah.
Last year it ended up selling out, I believe, at the end of October,
Yeah.
and now we're already tier 5 at the end of August. I mean,
Yeah.
crazy, right?
It's just
So
become such a big race. It's kind of crazy that they don't consider or wouldn't consider this a major race, because
I was going to say the same thing.
it's
Add it to the world majors, man.
might
It's
as
Houston.
well.
It's
Man.
Houston, Texas. It's a Boston qualifier. You can, run Houston, go run Boston.
And if you think
Uh,
about it, for Olympians, the ones that are trying to make it to the trials, this usually when they're doing the cycle, the Olympic trials cycles,
mhm.
this is the last time you have to try to hit those times to be able to make it to the trials. So that
Yep.
just goes to show you how big of a race this is. Um, Not only every 3 4 years, but just the importance that this race brings to the elites, to the everybody, the hopefuls that are trying to get those 6 stars. I think this would be a perfect race. Not because I'm biased, because I'm here, I live here, but I've ran Chicago. I love it. But I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie, man. I think Houston has a little bit more hype, and may hopefully you get better hype when you go do it. This would be the first time you're gonna do Chicago.
Yeah, so I've been to Chicago a few times just
Yeah,
there to support and like, cheer on other runners that I've known that's run Chicago.
yeah,
Like you said, Chicago is, I mean, I love the city. Chicago
yeah.
is beautiful. I do like how you're able to just get on the red line and just follow your friend or whoever's running all over the
True.
place, right?
Yeah,
It's very convenient to get around because the
yeah,
course is close to each other.
yeah.
And I think that's what Chicago has over Houston. But
Hmm.
you're right, though. Houston does have a huge running scene,
Yeah,
and the support here is amazing,
yeah.
except for Tanglewood. I despise Tanglewood. You get to Tanglewood, and everybody just disappears. It's like, where did everybody go? And you know what's crazy is right when you get in Tanglewood is where you start to need that extra motivation because you're
Yes,
about to hit that wall, and
yes.
wherever you're about to hit, it's always in Tanglewood. And me personally, I've always either hit the wall at the end of Tanglewood or right there when we hit Memorial to go back, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Like, I ain't y'all out here. I need somebody to cheer or something. It's quiet in there.
yeah, yeah. Another one that I don't like much is right at that, well, mile 7.5 8, where
Yep.
half marathoners go straight and then we take that first right.
Turn.
And right when you turn, bro, I don't know if it's happened to you, but when you turn, it gets super quiet. Like
Yep.
you hear a lot of people cheering on the left side because that's where the half marathoners are, and then you make that
Yep.
first turn and you're like, what happened to the crowd?
Yep. It gets quiet all the way to almost West Park Bridge, actually, till you
Yeah,
run it Rice Village
yeah,
area.
yeah, for sure.
This, think about this. So you've ran Chevron, right? Think
Yeah,
about
yeah.
this. What if we did the course backwards,
Oh,
right?
that'd be
Think about
awesome. That'd
right?
be awesome.
So instead of hitting the rolling hills after you ran 20 miles,
Hmm.
let's get the rolling hills out the way first, and then
Yeah,
you have a great beeline all the way back into downtown
I like
going the
that.
other. That is right. Like
What
that would,
what petition do we got to do to get this done, man?
man.
Because dude, I've not hit the wall, but I've hit my cramps right when you hit Allen Park, when you see the first those rolling little hills, and you're thinking about it. It's not that bad, but geez, you're already mile 24, something like that, and you're ready just to finish this race, and then you
But
see those, and yeah, yeah. It I would love to see that if we can get some petitions going, and let's do it one year. Let's see what happens, you know?
I mean, I would so be down to start that petition. I mean, I think it would be awesome. I mean, they would have to change, the finish and start a little bit, but essentially, you're still finishing by GRV, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and then you just reverse it and be done with it.
Yeah.
I think it would work out perfect because you get all them rolling hills out the way. I mean, West Park Bridge what would that be? I don't know what West Park Bridge would be anymore, but I mean, you would just have that one little bridge, and then it's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's flat all the way back in.
Yeah. No, no, I'm down. Sign me up. I'll definitely do that, dude, because but you know what? I've done enough marathons to where I know that most of these marathons love to put at least some sort of elevation right at the end.
Yep,
Right where you're thinking home stretch, I'm done. Don't got to worry
yep.
about anything, and then all of a sudden you remember, nope. Allen Parkway for us, or like Chicago. I remember you're doing the final stretch, and then you make a right,
And
and
it's that
there's a
little tiny
slight
hill.
elevation, bro. But that's already mile 26 point, like, I don't know, one or whatever, you know? And then you got to do that to make the final left turn.
Left
So
turn. Yep.
They just
That's
hit
where I
the
was sitting at for cheering on my friends right there. I'm like, man, this sucks. They could have ran 26 miles, and now they got this little incline at the end.
and
So
it's not a lot.
I'm
Like
mentally
I went
prepared.
back. I went back the next day just to see this damn incline because when I did it, it was my first marathon and I was not having it. It was the worst marathon I've had so far. And I said, I want to look at this damn incline because I'm sure it's not as bad, but running 26 miles and then having to do that, yeah, it felt like Mount Everest, bro. Like it felt forever going up through that thing and but when I went back the next day, it wasn't that bad. I'm like, Jesus, man, this
I'm,
ain't that bad.
I'm already mentally prepared for that tiny little incline because I've
Yeah,
seen it several
yeah,
times. I
yeah,
know, all right, I'm almost there. Just hit that incline, go home.
yeah. No, yeah. Every single marathon I've done, it has something like that. The only one I will tell you that did not have any inclines at all, which makes Houston much hillier than that one, is Berlin, bro. No elevation.
Really?
Yeah, no
Just
elevation.
well,
Like
I mean, it makes sense, right? Because that's where some of the world records have been broken,
mm-hmm,
right? Berlin
mm-hmm.
and Chicago are the two ones that, break those records all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. I was shocked how flat it was. I was expecting some little elevation, maybe when you cross a bridge or something. Nope, nothing, man. It like I said, and it's ironically, and most people don't believe me when I tell them that I feel that Houston compared to Berlin has more elevation, which is a lot to say because Houston does not have
Yeah.
much. So it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. If you haven't done Berlin, I highly
Yeah.
recommend you doing it, bro. It's beautiful weather, beautiful course. Um, Only race I've ever seen that the day before they actually have a marathon for inline skaters.
Oh,
They
wow.
they actually have one for them on the day before. Um, but it's such a cool vibe, man. Crossing the finish line there is amazing. I definitely want to do it again because I could have done a little bit better on that one too. But I'm going for those 6 stars, man. I'm shooting for the 6 stars. I'm halfway there, but
Awesome, man.
it's by the time I get to six, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be like 20 more places to go because that's how it
Yep.
feels. They're doing it with Sydney, and then I don't know what else.
Yep. They're at.
It's crazy, bro. It's and which one? n- Try not to be biased. Which one is your favorite marathon that you've done?
Um, man, I don't know, man. I mean, I like Chevron. Um, It would have to be Chevron, honestly. I mean,
Yeah,
because this was my, and I haven't had the opportunity to run any other world major yet. I keep
yeah.
getting denied. So if any race directors hear this, my name's Jacoby Perkins. Y'all can go ahead and admit me into because I
Come
keep
on, yeah. Come on.
I keep getting denied.
It's crazy talking about that, man. Like New York City Marathon to get in, it's like a 4% chance.
It's crazy. And what's crazy is it's even harder now because running is a pandemic, right? So everybody's signing up,
Yeah,
everybody's trying to get into these races.
yeah,
And so it's making it that much harder to get in,
yeah, yeah. It's
And
it's it's
raising,
crazy.
yeah, it's good. And one thing that kind of baffles me is like I understand like the donation, right? So
Hmm.
like trying to get donations, right?
Yeah,
But some of the donation programs are outrageous. I mean, $5,000, 7,500, 10 grand.
yeah,
And I understand it's going to a great
yeah.
organization,
Of course.
but I mean, think about that, right? $7,500. That's not even including all the other stuff that you got, like hotels and plane tickets. And you've ran Chicago, and these prices for hotels are
Oh,
ridiculous.
not at all
I'm
cheap,
pretty
man.
sure it's like that everywhere else, but it's like, man, that's a lot of money, right?
Yeah,
And so just trying to get in is getting harder and harder and harder,
yeah,
which I'm not complaining by all means because I love to see all the people getting involved in running, right? And I
yeah.
love to see new runners coming in and getting
Of
excited.
course.
But it just makes it harder now. So race directors, if y'all hear this,
Yes, yes.
sign me up.
Do something, man, because yeah, like I was looking for Boston because Boston will be one I will have to do charity because there's no way in hell that this guy right here is gonna run a 3:10 marathon or maybe a 3 hour marathon because you got to have that buffer, you know.
But
There's no way in hell, no way in
yep,
hell, unless they find a mysterious drug that I can take so I can do it and qualify, But it ain't looking that good for me, And
it's
a good friend of
man.
mine said you can start. They go by bids, bro. They don't even go by numbers. Like let's say you want to do X whatever charity, right? And this charity, they start at $3,000. You say, you know what? I will raise 4,000, and then some rich dude over here says, I'll do $8,000. So they'll give it to the highest bid, you
Oh
know,
yeah,
and that's
yeah,
that's that's crazy, man. Because not everybody can fundraise that much money in such short time. Because I feel like Boston is even crazier because the time frame between
yeah.
when you sign up to when you have to have that money is such a short time frame, you know.
That's one
So
thing
it's
I'm not
crazy.
liking about. Yeah, that's one thing I'm not liking about, some of the races that are doing that, right? It I understand like hard work, right? Like
Hmm.
getting there, right? Like running
Yeah.
that pace, right? But there's other opportunities for other people to get in there and they're making it harder,
Yeah.
which hindsight, I get it, but I mean, think about that, man. You're asking somebody that just wants to run a marathon to raise $10,000 and then spend $5,000 just to get to Boston, just to run that.
Yeah.
Like there has to be some type of cap eventually. Because I believe, and this is just my opinion, I believe that there's going to be a lot of races that take advantage of how
Yeah.
many people are running right now.
Yeah.
And if you just do the math on some of these races, you take how many runners that can actually physically sign up for a race, just times
Hmm.
that by the median of whatever registration is,
Yeah.
talking about millions of dollars,
Yeah. Yeah.
billions of
No,
dollars.
I agree. I agree. I think I would if I were to do a charity, like if I was in charge of a charity, it would be nice to say, you know what? There's a minimum you got to make. Of course, there has to be a minimum. I get that because I can't just sign up for a charity and say, "Hey, I raise $100, get me in," right? But say, like, let's say if you hit $5,000, not only will we get your registration covered, we'll throw in, we'll help you get a discount on a hotel or something like that, because they got the power to do that.
Absolutely.
Let's say you're a rock star and you hit like, let's say you know, hustle and bustle and you get $10,000 or something like that. Come up with some numbers and say $10,000. Not only you get your registration in, but your flight and your hotel are taken care of. Like I think
Yep.
incentives like that would be great. But like you said, what's the point of you raising $10,000 only to know that you got to cough up another $5,000, like you said? You know,
Yep.
that's hard, man. For most of us runners that are in the middle of the pack, I guess if you want to put it that way. We're not rich, we're not wealthy, but we're okay. But it's still when you go to these races, $5,000 is a lot. You know.
A lot of money.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah, if I were to tell you how much I paid for Berlin just to get there,
I don't
mind
even
you,
want.
the registration, which is one of the cheaper ones, I'll be honest with you, it is one of the cheaper ones, but the flight, the hotel, it was close to $5,000.
I don't even want to know, man.
It, but we're runners. We want to do that. We want the experience. So there's no way around that. But talking about marathons, dude, how does your training look like in a weekly basis? Like what would usually, how do you train? Do you have a coach? Do you kind of figure it out on your own, or how do you do it?
So it's a couple different things.
Yeah,
So during my military career and I've been in sports my whole life.
yeah.
I got a personal training certificate,
Okay.
nutrition certificate. So I had a little bit of background in, creating stuff and creating plans and whatnot. So there has
Nice.
been some times where I've created my own plan just to
Mm-hmm.
kind of suit my work.
Yeah.
There's been times where I've asked coaches for, hey, I'm going to run this race. What do you recommend? Can you just write me up a plan?
Yeah.
So I use that. But for Chicago, I'm actually using Runner. So,
Okay.
everybody knows Runner
Oh
app.
yeah.
And so that's what I'm using for Chicago right now. And I actually like it because it links with your Garmin,
Mm-hmm.
tells you what paces you need to be at. It gives
Mm-hmm.
you a full week. You can move your weeks around if you need to. So there's not one specific type of training,
Yeah.
right? Or tool that I use. It honestly just depends on the race, and it just depends on the time frame that I'm trying to prepare for a race.
Yeah.
Uh, so I've done all types of different ones. I've written plans for people. I've written plans for myself, of course.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I necessarily followed it all the way. Uh, but yeah, I like Runner, so I'm using Runner right now.
Nice.
It's pretty good. It's keeping me on track. So that the weeks are pretty laid out. Hey, you
Yeah.
got to do this on this day. You're resting on this day. You got tempo track on this day, progressive run, long run. So yeah, that's what I'm using right now.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And it just got even better with Run Up because I think not so long ago they kind of now linked up with Strava, which
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I haven't seen it myself, but I'm guessing it even more data will be provided given that now it's through Strava.
Yeah, if you pay for the Strava subscription,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not paying for Strava subscription. I'll be honest, I barely get on Strava. I might get on Strava and post like a little title and then I'm off. I'll get on Strava, give everybody kudos, just go
Yeah.
down the line. Kudos, kudos, kudos. Yeah, I don't even know what you ran, but I'm giving you kudos anyway. Like I'm not the one to go down and be like, man, what was his pace,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
those mile times. Hey man, you out there being active, you get a kudo. Boom. You can run
Okay.
a half a mile and I give you a kudo. It don't matter. So I don't pay for Stravos, but I use all my stuff for Garmin. I mean,
Okay.
Garmin gives me enough data.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm not an elite athlete, I'm not somebody out there that's tracking my cadence or my heart rate, except for zone two. I do a
Yeah.
lot of running.
Yeah.
But I'm not tracking all that stuff. So it's like I'm not gonna pay for, all that extra data if I don't need it. So I don't honestly know like, what extra you get from being a paid member.
Cool.
The Garmin is enough for me.
Yeah, yeah, that gives everything that you need and even
Yeah.
more than that because sometimes I look at the stuff that it shows up and I'm like, it looks kind of
I don't need,
sophisticated, but I don't even know what the hell it means, man.
yeah.
I
Like I'll be
figured
honest with you, I just figured out what HSV is in
I have
Garmin.
no idea what that is, but I've seen it.
I'm like HSV, and I'm sitting there literally contemplating on what that acronym could mean, and I'm like, I have no idea what this means, but I'm getting data for it every single
Yeah,
day. Is this
yeah.
good? Is it bad? Like, what is it? So yeah, I just use Garmin,
All
man.
I know is that when I look at the chart, if it's not red, it must be good.
Right?
If it's not showing like under the pie chart or whatever it's called, it's gotta be good. I'm
Good to
looking at
go.
it like the stock market. As long as it's going up, it's
That's
gotta
all.
be good, right?
Yep.
But man, we're getting closer here to the end, man. I did want to talk about a little bit about your ambassadorship with Lululemon because
Okay.
low key, I am a little jealous. I saw that new video that you posted and the clothes. I'm a ambassador for Rabbit, which is
Okay.
really awesome. But I wish they would do stuff like that. I noticed that you guys at Lululemon do a lot of cool little things. Like I love the fact that you go into the store and you
Yeah.
will see the ambassador that is for that store. And I think
Yeah.
that is great, great. I think great for the runner and great for the company because obviously they ain't got to pay big bucks for a real model, I guess, to come up
Yeah.
and put clothes on that they've never probably will wear again. You know what I mean? But it's still it's kind of I'm jealous in the good way because I was looking at your video and you're over here, showing off the new threads and I'm like, dang, that Rabbit needs to step it up.
Man, I'll be honest, man. I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful for the opportunity. I've been doing stuff with Lululemon for I want to say like the last 4 or 5 years by
Okay.
being a pacer for the Houston 10K,
Okay.
doing small events, hosting small runs. When I was the co-captain for Black Men Run, we did a
Okay.
Freemanstown 5K.
Okay.
and so, we've just been involved, and I've been grateful enough to be picked as an ambassador, just from the community, just from what I've been doing in the community. So they do take care of us. We are spoiled. They make sure that, we have the most up to date fittings and gears
Yeah.
and all the run stuff. And honestly, right now, Lululemon is putting out a big campaign for run. So you're
Okay.
about to see a lot of new run stuff,
Oh,
and I
nice.
understand you Rabbit and you represent Rabbit, but don't hesitate to go to your Lululemon store.
Oh no, bro. Oh no, I love their shorts. I got a couple pairs, man, because there's no way I can just have one. I have my favorite stuff still, but of course I
Yeah,
still love my rabbit stuff. It is very well made, but yeah, I saw that video and I instantly was like, "Damn, that's what
yeah.
I'm talking about." Like that's awesome, that they do that. So, just because I want to make sure that I'm get more jealous than what I already am. That video that you posted, I think you posted it today, if I'm not mistaken. Um, that is all your clothes. That's stuff that they're giving you, or you get to pick out what you want, or how does that work?
So we get the opportunity to pick what we want.
Nice.
And so it doesn't necessarily have to be running clothes, right?
Okay.
It could be anything, right? It can be socks, it can be underwear, it can be tights, it can be yoga stuff, it can
Yeah.
be basically whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, for me, because running is expensive,
Yeah.
I buy all running stuff. Now
Yeah.
there has been some times where I get some casual stuff because I like traveling in
Yeah.
Lululemon. So there has been some times where I've, been grateful enough to get some Lululemon travel stuff. So, but
Nice.
no, we kind of just get the opportunity to pick, man. And like I said, it's a wonderful opportunity because they get to support us in the
Yeah.
community. They get to support me,
Yeah.
uh, doing the events that I do in the community
Yeah.
and my nonprofit and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's just a great opportunity, man. It's
That's
a great
awesome, dude.
opportunity.
That's awesome. So I was if I was already jealous, I just got even more, man. Thank you very much. No, it's a good company. I'm not gonna lie, I love it. I go to the stores every now and then just because my fiance loves their yoga pants and all that stuff as well. So, and I gotta admit it, man, my lady looks great on those Lululemon yoga pants, man. I'm not gonna lie. I would lie if I say no, So it's some good clothes, man, and I definitely have bought some stuff there, and I enjoy it. I wanted to try the socks because I've been trying to find better socks. The Under Armour ones that I've been using just are not
Yeah.
cutting it no more. So I definitely need to go try out some Lululemon socks and whatnot.
Check out the Power Stride. I think you'll like them.
Okay.
They're not like a compression, but they fit pretty tight.
Yeah.
This is I wear sometimes, and they come in quarter length tube also.
Mm-hmm.
They're moisture wicking, so it's in Houston. You're gonna sweat, right?
Oh
It's
yeah.
at 7 o'clock in the morning,
Yes, sir.
uh, and so it's moisture wicking, so the sweat kind of goes away.
Nice. Nice.
And they're pretty comfortable.
Cool, cool, cool. I'll definitely try them for sure, man. But like I said, we're getting here at the end of the pod, so let's go ahead and give our guess, which was episode 32. I think this question is gonna fit perfectly for you. I don't know why, but I just feel like it will. So we'll give this fine gentleman a chance to, ask the question, then we'll come back and you'll get a stab at it, okay?
Awesome, let's do it.
Awesome, awesome.
What is your all-time favorite shoe?
Mm-hmm.
And what was the shoe you were most disappointed in?
Um, so the shoe that I'm most disappointed about,
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're starting with the negative. I like it. I like it. Finish with the
yeah,
positive.
we're gonna start with the negative. The shoe that I was most disappointed about was the Nike Zoom Fly 5.
Okay.
I Brandon Nike.
Mm-hmm.
In my early years, I was the Nike ambassador,
Nice.
so I've tested all types of Nike shoes, branding all types of Nike shoes, and that shoe was terrible, completely terrible.
Oh
It
wow.
was hot, it was flat, the foam was terrible,
Yeah.
the colors were terrible. I think I ran 3 miles and I was like, yep, these are going to the donate pile. Um, Remind me of the second part of that question. It
It's
was
which one's your all-time favorite shoe?
all-time favorite. Easy. The first edition of the Nike Vaporfly, the one that started the whole super shoe era.
Okay.
It was Bolt Green.
Oh
I
yeah,
swear I
yeah,
put like 800 miles on that shoe.
yeah.
It was lightweight. The color was awesome. It felt good. One of the first shoes that have carbon fiber in it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I wish I could find those again, man. I love the Alpha Fly. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I run the Alpha Fly now. I did just buy a pair of Adidas though. The
I saw
Adios.
that. Yeah, I saw that.
That's giving the run for Nike's money right now. That shoe is yeah, I've ran in it one time so far, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna put some more miles on it. But yeah, I would say the Vaporfly, number
Okay.
one.
Okay. I remember those shoes. Really do remember those shoes. They were really good. The one thing I don't like about the Vaporflies or Alpha Flies, any of those, is when you're running and you hear them coming by, you can literally know what shoe they got. Like
You
they'll
can
come
hear them.
from you come from they're coming from behind and you can hear that loud thumping and I'm like,
That's up.
Jeez, like what's going on here, man? But they're really good shoes. I'm not gonna lie. Other than that, they obviously were made for champions, man, because they make you run literally faster than what you usually want to run. You know,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
caught myself. I tried a pair. I actually had a pair. I had to return them because unfortunately I got the wrong size. But man, dude, I remember I was it was a little training run. I wanted to try them out. I didn't want to wait till the next day, so I went out there with my new shoes. I wanted to try them out, and man, I felt like I was running faster than what I was supposed to. Like if they felt so natural and whatnot, man. But yeah, yeah, I know which ones you're talking about. Even the color, I remember the color, man. That's a good color, man, for
Man,
sure.
that's what started it all, man. That shoe right there is my all-time favorite, man. I'm telling you, man, I wish I could find those again, but I'm happy with the Alpha Fly. But you're right, they're loud, super loud.
For sure, for sure. And the Adidas you got, are those the high end ones, the ones that have like the slick, um, the bottom is all slick. There's no grooves, right?
No, so that's the Pro Elite. I think you're
Okay,
talking about.
okay, yeah,
Yeah, shoe that only lasts like one race or something.
yes, yes,
Like $500.
yes.
I have no idea why Adidas made those. I seen them. Matter of fact, I seen those at the Chevron last year at the
I saw him
convention.
there too. Yeah, yeah.
Leafy had them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, this is a one race shoe. You're gonna spend $500 for a 1 day shoe. Like that's insanely crazy to me.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's just one below that. So it's the
Okay.
it's Adios Pro 4.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And man, they feel good, man. I'm gonna do some track tonight in them.
Oh,
And
nice, nice.
yeah, they feel.
All
And
righty,
those
all right. You got to keep us posted on that. But yeah, I asked at the expo about the Pro Series, and they're super light. And then I turned around and then saw the damn shoe. I'm like, where's the grip? And they're like, oh no, it's made with this little grip thing that because you touch them, you can feel the grip, like the stickiness, I guess. And the first thing I asked, how many miles can I put in this shoe? It's like, maybe a marathon, maybe two, but you're pushing it after two. I'm like, no, I can't do
great.
that. I can't do
Yeah.
that. Like imagine if I see somebody doing a long run training run in those shoes, I'd be like, what the hell are you
I'm gonna
doing?
tell them. I'm gonna be like, dude, what are you doing, man? You might want to take those off.
Run with your
I
bare
got
feet,
lucky.
man.
I got lucky on my age. So I was in South Carolina and
Yeah,
The Adidas employee store is in South Carolina.
nice.
No, those are $300 pairs of shoes. I got
Yeah.
them for $100. So I'm like, yep, I'm getting those.
Oh yeah, I
Yep,
would get them too, man. I would
got
get them
lucky.
too, for sure. There's no ifs and buts. Even if I don't like them, it's only $100, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And how'd you get in? Because I did see the video. You have to be an employee, right?
So you either have to be an employee or you have to be on the list of employers that use Adidas. So like if you had
Oh,
a company that wears Adidas apparel, you
yeah.
have to be on that list. So I actually
Okay.
got lucky because when I walked in, and I didn't know this at the point,
Yeah.
I had no clue that you had to be signed up on a list. And I
Yeah.
walked in and was like, hey, I just want to go shopping. And dude was like, man, I can't let you in because you got to be on the list, but shh, be quiet. I'm gonna let you in anyway. And I'm like, this is my sign to buy something that I don't freaking need right now.
Exactly.
And I
Exactly.
went in and they had every color. They had all the lineup, the fours, the SLs, the
Oh my
elites.
God.
I'm like, yeah, I shouldn't have came in here. But luckily, it was a good thing. I wear size 13 and they
Yeah.
were sold out on almost all 13. So I'm like, yes.
Okay.
And then I found a 13 in that color. I was like, yep, I'm getting them.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome that you at least was able to get one. Imagine if you go in there, the dude gave you like a free pass and then you walk out with nothing.
Oh man.
The
No, I
guy
was
would
gonna
have been
leave
like
a headband, a keychain, something.
something. No, that's cool, man. That's cool. But I really appreciate your time there, Jay. I don't want to take too much of your time because you said you gotta go get that speed workout done. So what is the question you got for episode 33?
I have a funny question
Okay.
for whoever's on 33.
All right.
Who or what cartoon character would you want to run a mile with?
Nice, nice.
Bunny, Tasmanian Devil, Rocco's Modern Life. What cartoon character would you want to run a mile with?
Nice. And what would yours be, man?
Tasmanian Devil, man.
Hell yeah. Okay. Okay.
He's just going. He ain't
Yeah.
asking no questions. He's just tearing up shit and running.
I think I got you. I think I got a better one. Speedy
What you got?
Gonzalez, man. Speedy
Oh, there you
Gonzalez.
go. Yeah, that's a good one.
Because he's also out and about quick, bro.
He's a
He
dog.
he
He's
ain't there to
fast.
make any conversation. He's out, bro. So for sure, for sure. Those are two good ones. So I'm kind of curious to see what our next guest will say about this one. That's a good one. At least it's like not what like I told you, man. The old time weird question is from my good friend of mine that about Hammer. So I'm glad you didn't come up with something like that, man,
Nah,
because
nah.
that was a little gross.
Had to make it fun for you, man.
Sweet, sweet man. Jay, before we go, I would like to give you a little bit of time to let us know what else you'll be doing. I know you said you're doing Chicago, which I'm sure you're gonna kill it. But what else? What's on the docket for you for the rest of this year or next year? What's going on?
I just got Chicago. After Chicago, I know for sure I'm going to pace my friend Jose in the 100K.
Okay.
He's going to try to convince me to run that 100K, and I'm going to
Okay.
tell him absolutely no.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh, and then I'm thinking about running the Dallas BMW half. I've been running that race almost
Hmm.
every year now. Love the race. The weather is amazing.
Yeah.
Been doing that race for a while, but that's going to close out the year, man. And then
Okay.
I'm just gonna figure out next year. I know for sure next year I'm doing High Rocks Barcelona.
Oh
This is
wow.
going to be my third High Rocks, so I'm looking forward to going abroad and seeing what that culture is like. I've been to Barcelona before,
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful city. Love the culture over there.
Yeah.
Uh, but to do High Rocks somewhere else,
That would be awesome, dude. That would be awesome to see how that goes.
I mean, outside of that, just helping people stay motivated, staying active, and getting out there and running 1 mile at a time, man.
That's all we can do, man. Just motivate one person. If one person can change, then we did our job, right?
Our job, man.
That's awesome, man. Well, and last work if someone brand new does not know who Jay is, which is hard to believe, how can they find Jay?
You can find me on Instagram, J underscore runs, the two underscores after runs. That's my main platform.
Okay.
I don't have TikTok. I don't have YouTube. And they tell you go everywhere, and I'm just like, IG is enough for me. Come find me there. I do all my videos. I post all my stuff on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just reach out. If you guys got questions or comments or anything that you want to know,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I know everything, but I can help you, wherever you need help at with getting running to
Yeah.
running your first mile to running a marathon, whatever it is,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, they can find me on Instagram.
That's awesome, Jay, and I appreciate again you're awesome. I've seen you several times, and I always wanted to bring you in, and then I realized, you know what? Let's reach out to this dude, and you were awesome about it. So I appreciate you giving us a little bit of your time, and well, good luck with your speed workout. Let us know how those shoes that you
Absolutely.
got over there work out, and we'll see you soon, maybe at Freaks or something pretty
Yeah,
soon.
yeah. Hey, man, thanks for the opportunity to talk, and yeah, I hope to see you out there.
Alrighty, bud. Have a good one.
All right, man. Thank you.
Bye bye.